What's up everyone, TechCloud here, and in this video I'm going to compare the picture quality coming out of the cameras of Sony Xperia Z2, HTC One M8 and the Samsung Galaxy S5. These are the three new Android flagships that are available in the market, so let's compare which one will take better photos as well as better videos. The HTC One M8 actually comes with the duo cameras, and it has a 4 megapixel camera with the dual LED flash. The second sensor is to sense the depth, and you can create the fake bokeh effect in the background. Samsung Galaxy S5 came with the 16 megapixel camera, and this is the new ISOCELL based camera that Samsung has introduced. It comes with the powerful LED flash as well. It's not a dual flash, it's a single flash. The headline features are the preview of HDR before taking the HDR and the face detect autofocusing system. On the other hand, the Sony Xperia Z2 has the 20.7 megapixel camera, and in the auto mode it actually scaled down the photos from 20 megapixels to 8 megapixel to make the photos appear more sharper and better. It has a single LED flash. The flash is kind of average. It's not extra powerful, so at times it is an advantage that it will not blow out the shot. On the other hand, if you are far from the subject, it will not be able to light the subject properly. All three cameras have some unique interface features. I'm not going to go through the interface in this video. I've already gone through the interface of all these three cameras. You need to watch the individual videos that I have actually already prepared, where I have reviewed their cameras. The links are in the description. You can watch those videos to get the update on the interface. Unfortunately, on Sony Xperia Z2, there is no way to get the grid lines in the automatic mode. As far as the gallery is concerned, with the features and the performance, then I believe the HTC One M8 has the best performing gallery app, because the performance is really great. There is no stutters and the features are also very good. It has the ability to create automatic highlights, and you can edit all sort of photos. The S5 gallery app is also very feature rich. However, the performance is not as good as the HTC One M8, and the app feels a little bit slow, which is understandable because the size of the picture files are also larger than what we see on HTC One M8. I believe the experience and the features of the gallery app of Sony Xperia Z2 is somewhere in the middle of the two devices. As far as the editing features are concerned, all three gallery apps are pretty feature rich. So let's look at the sample photos in all sort of lighting conditions. In the broad daylight, all three phones actually perform very well, whereas out of the three, I believe the S5 and the Sony Xperia Z2 performs even better, because they have higher megapixel cameras, and in the broad daylight actually, even if the camera sensor has the smaller size pixels, the pictures still come out good, so you don't need bigger pixels in the daylight. So this is the reason why the S5 and the Z2 photos looks better in the broad daylight, because even if the size of the pixels are smaller as compared to the HTC One M8 camera, but the resolution is quite big and the pixels are very tightly packed, so which means the sharper images. And the images actually coming out of S5 and Z2 are not only sharper, but also the colors and the exposure and contrast looks better than the HTC One M8 camera. So if you want a good camera for broad daylight, then go for either S5 or the Z2. However, if you care about the picture quality and the accuracy of the colors, then it's better if you go with the Sony Xperia Z2, because in my experience the Z2 has given me photos which are more closer in terms of color to the Canon 6D that I'm using as a reference here, and the colors looks slightly more natural on Z2 as compared to S5. That's a general trend that I'm talking about, although things vary from picture to picture. For example, in this photo the Z2 was struggling a little bit in terms of white balance, but in some other photo I saw S5 actually struggling with the white balance, and I have to correct the white balance manually by switching to daylight, which is understandable. Even the very expensive cameras at times struggles with the white balance, and you have to set the white balance manually, so it's not a big deal in that regard. All actually you need is the knowledge how to get the shot, and you need to have beauty in your eyes, and you know what kind of composition you want and what are the things that actually looking beautiful to you. As far as the camera abilities are concerned, then both S5 and the Z2 are very capable cameras when you have broad daylight. Regarding the color accuracy, it's a personal preference. If you are one of those who going to apply the filters anyway, so I don't think the color accuracy matter at all for you, and even the HTC One colors will be fine. And however, if you prefer to have the best of the best, and I think you do prefer best of the best, and this is the reason why you are watching this video. So if you want that, then you need either the S5 or the Z2, and especially the Z2. If you don't want to tweak the settings all the time and you just want to shoot everything in the automatic mode, then I believe the Z2 will be a better choice for you, because the superior auto mode, Sony has really tweaked the superior auto mode very well, and most of the time actually the pictures coming straight out of the automatic mode, the superior auto mode, are good enough. Only few times you need some kind of tweaking. For example, the yellow flower shot that I actually took at the start of the samples, it came actually little bit overexposed on Z2, and all I did is I reduced the EV value, which is basically the exposure value, by a notch or two, and it went actually fine, and it actually came out better than S5 only because I tweaked it a little bit. I do like the fast shutter release of the HTC One M8. So as soon as I press the shutter button, the HTC One take the picture right away, and there is no motion blur as a result, and the shutter speed is very good. Whereas the S5 and the Z2 are slightly slower than HTC One M8, and I really wish if Z2 and S5 can attain such a fast capture speed, and also HTC One M8 will give you good manual control. In this shot, S5 actually is struggling with the auto white balance, so I put the daylight manually and the picture colors get better. As far as the detail is concerned, then HTC One M8 shows good enough detail if you don't actually zoom into your photos that much, because it is just a 4 megapixel photo, and if you want to see 4 megapixel photo on a big screen, like for example your Retina MacBook or your TV or any other big screen, then you will find that the 4 megapixel will actually struggle to show you the detail, whereas the S5 and Z2 will show a lot of detail. And if you really want the sharpness, then S5 will give you little bit more sharpness. The reason is because the end photo coming out of the Z2 is 8 megapixel, whereas from S5 you will get the 16 megapixel photo. So it will allow you actually to zoom in further because you have more megapixels to play. So this is the reason why you will get more detail out of the S5 photos, only if you want to zoom in a lot. Otherwise it's pretty much on par, rather the Z2 photos will appear better. So guys, these were the quite a lot daylight samples, and I hope that you have enjoyed this one. Stay tuned, this is only just a part 1. In the part 2 I'm going to cover the low light performance and as well as the movie capability. So stay tuned.